Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you the top 10 best S1 class cars for online adventure, road and streets racing. Now, I have been testing a lot of cars and tuning a lot of cars, and thanks to my club members that are testing it for me and helping me find out the cars, I'm going to show you the top 10 we gathered together. We've been winning a lot of online races with it. Now, this is the car that I'm going to use as an example. As you can see, I've been tuning a lot of S1 cars in the game. Now I'm also doing other classes, but that's for our next video. So I'll just take the Aston Martin as an example. Now, what's the first thing I do? I always look at the engine. So I have a few tests that I do. So the first thing is I'm gonna check the parts of the car. So I need to get it on S900. Now, if you look at the engines, you got the stock engine or you got different engines. You always need to find what's the best for the car, and also to keep it on S900. All-wheel drive is, well, best thing to take on the car for a balanced tune. Now the bumpers are also very important for the cornering. If you can get it, you put it on the car. Some cars don't need it, but it also can change the top speed of the car. It goes lower than. The rims are important for handling and grip, braking. If you can put race tires on it, get the race tires. It's always better for racing. Here the transmission and the drivetrain and all these parts, if you can put it on, put it on. It's also good for the fine tuning of the car. It's also shifting faster, and it's important to get the parts. The brakes, if you can put race brakes on, it's good for the braking and the handling also. The spring and dampers, if you can put race on it, you can fine tune it also. Now the anti-roll bars, you gotta put them on so you can fine tune the car. The weight reduction, you need to see what you can do to stay on S1 900. So you need to make a choice. Gonna put lighter, gonna put other parts on. So then you got these parts. That's what you can choose between. Do I want more speed? Do I want more acceleration? So you need to find a balance in the car to actually get it to S1 900. It's not always easy because sometimes the top speed is too slow or whatever. So you take some time to actually find the car. Now the rims is always good. For example, I was on S902, so I had to pick other rims to get it on S1 900. But that's always handy, those rims, to get the numbers lower or higher. Now this is the fine tuning. I'm not going in depth in it, but you can see the top speeds of the car after your parts and how fast it accelerates, but you can fine tune it while you're doing the tests of the car. So the first thing I do is I go to the highway. Why do I go there? Because I want to see every top speed of the gearing of every gear. I want to see the top speed itself, and I want to see the braking. What's important for my car, every gear has to go fast up in speed, and it has to be like it's like it needs to go fast. Also when you shift back, it needs to go fast up again to the top speed of the car. The 5th and 6th gear sometimes has a problem. There are cars that are like 7-8 gears. You can always cut off a gear or 2 gears. That depends on how you like to drive. Everybody drives different. You drive an automatic, a manual. I drive a manual. I also test the braking here. So I go to the top speed and I press the brakes fully and I shift down. Then I can see how far the car needs from top speed to 0, the distance of the car. This distance is pretty okay for that top speed. So that's one thing. That are a few things that I test on the highway. Now the second test I do is I go to Holyrood circuit because that track it's one of my favorite to test the cars at uphill, downhill, sharp corners. You need a long corner. So basically you have everything in that track to do. Why are there 5 laps? Well, first, when you start tuning a car, the first lap you need to adapt to the car. Second lap, you know the gearing and everything from the corners and how the car handles. And then the third, fourth and fifth lap, you will drive much better with the car and know what, oh, it's not steering like this, or if it's braking bad or stuff like that. Now the other thing is to say, oh, but everybody drives different settings. Yes, my club members, there are some drive on normal, everything on, shifting in automatic. They have tested it with other settings, how they drive, and they always say, Valorster, your tune is okay, it's good, I can drive perfectly on automatic and on normal and with everything on. So my tunes are always balanced and tested with other people's settings and how they drive. Now this is, for example, when I start testing it, I've been doing this track for like so many times that I know the speeds in the corners, where to drive and stuff like that. This car, I can instantly feel it's not having the sharp steering angle that I need, for example, on a circuit. For here, normally I can easily go fast in this corner, but I can't with this car. So I've been fine-tuning the car, but the problem is this car needs a different way of steering. You need to brake faster, and then you're losing speed and stuff like that. So it's not in the top 10, this car, but I took this car because it looks so pretty, this car. But then you got an idea how I'm testing my cars as a second test of my tuning. Also, the club members also test on this track too. I always take them with me and then we test it. Now in online adventure you got circuit and exhibition, track A to B. What I use is the Colossus. Why? It also have all different kind of stuff. You can test the top speed, sharp corners, the braking and everything. I know I've also been doing this track so many times, so I know what the car has to do or what speeds it has to do in the corners. Now as you can see, I'm driving on unbeatable and I have to win on unbeatable. I did win this race, but I'm not going to show the whole race because otherwise my video is going to take too long. But for example here I have to brake too much and steer too hard to get this long corner. Also here I have cars that go way faster in this corner without going that sideways in a corner. But this car, you can use it, but you need to drive a little bit safer than that. So this is a short explanation of what I do, how I tune and everything. Now I'm going to show you the top 10 of my cars. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next time. Bye bye.